I feel like the floodgates are finally starting to open on the Neil Gaiman situation. A third woman has come forward with new allegations against the Sandman author, and it's pretty creepy. So I have the full details of this, and we'll be talking about it. And actually, some of the media is finally starting to pick this up, as there's been a lot of rumblings about it. A lot of people in speculative fiction publishing on Blue Sky, the little liberal social network, are getting fed up with the fact that the media has been absolutely silent on this. And they're starting to say stuff. They're starting to put pressure onto the mainstream media. And unfortunately, they're not giving me credit for all the work I'm doing here to uncover this stuff, because we've uncovered a lot over the last few days. You guys can go check out those videos. And thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting honest and real journalism here, something that the mainstream establishment definitely doesn't appreciate. They blacklist people like me from publishing for reporting on stuff like this, but they award people like Neil Gaiman their contracts for the stuff that they do. It's absolutely crazy. All right, my name's John Delarose, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is my Fandom Pulse Substack where I'm writing these news articles. Definitely sign up and get your notifications on here. I'm going to be using the Fandom Pulse Substack to announce my live streams. People are not getting notifications for the live streams. I've posted a lot to the community tab over the last few days. And we're going to use this as a sort of deal. You get emails when Phantom Pulse has new posts, so I'm going to post whenever I have a live stream and see if that helps with the algorithm of getting things going, because we have a lot of fun and we talk about a lot of serious topics. Usually we stream almost always on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, and I'm going to probably do an extra one today to go over some of the Neil Gaiman stuff more in detail, because there's just a lot to unpack here as well. So check this out. Like I said, sign up for this in the description below. Hit the like and subscribe button here, and I appreciate you for being there on that level. And please, I also have the Hidden Emperor graphic novel Kickstarter up right now. If you want to support art that's been blacklisted by the mainstream media, a real alternative, this is a great spot to do so. We're over $20,000. Thanks so much for the support. That's in the description below as well. All right. Thank you for bearing with me, my guys. All right. Another woman comes forward accusing Neil Gaiman of misconduct, alleges author claimed autism is the reason he couldn't read her body language. You can't make this stuff up. Some of the comments that Neil made in this whole situation, according to this woman here on the podcast, are just ridiculous. So if you don't know what's happened already, brief summary: 2 women came out and said that Neil Gaiman sexually assaulted them. One of them was 19 while he was 42, and this was back in 2003. Another one was 21 while he was 62, like grandparent age, and was his alleged nanny. Then there was a strange situation where he made her even sign an NDA about the situation. Weird stuff. So he's got a history and a reputation here. It came out the other day that people at writers' workshops have him banned from speaking and actually teaching young students because of known behavior, and that people at one of his publishers keep the young women at the publishing house away from him because of these same situations. So these are all the allegations so far, and now there's another one who's coming forward because apparently she's wanted to talk about this for years and has not, because she felt like she was alone and wouldn't actually be able to say anything. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, these women are doing this for clout, whatever. Every single one of them is anonymous so far. I don't know who any of them are, so I don't see any clout situations happening here. This one was anonymous on the podcast as well. I'm sure she's got her voice on there, so you never know on that level, but it doesn't look like these women are going out there and trying to make careers for themselves. From what I could tell, they're just genuinely sickened by what they see in this behavior. So this is a very long podcast. It was about an hour and a half into this, and she said a couple things to start. She said, it's almost like I've been conditioned into listening to him instead of listening to my own instincts, because I've been listening to him tell me stories since I was 11. So I guess she got into Neil Gaiman's work at a young age. That's not, if you look at Neil Gaiman's body of work too, there's a lot of disgusting stuff in it. I'm not going to bring it up here. I did an article on it yesterday on the Phantom Pulse Substack, and I was showing some of the stuff that he posted, which is borderline. It's not borderline. It is. There's pedo stuff in the fiction. It's disgusting. Like I said, I'm not going to read it out here. You can go look on the Fandom Pulse Substack for yesterday's article and just see the disgusting stuff he's written. 11-year-olds shouldn't be allowed to read this stuff. It's really like adult only content for sure. His stuff's degenerate, and it's always been hailed. I mean, I guess there was a reason that it was hailed as something everybody should be reading. She continued, and then it's the same beautiful voice telling me these stories when I was a kid, telling me I was safe and that we were just friends, that he wasn't a threat. And then, in the end, he told me it was entirely my fault. Even though my body was telling me a different story, the opposite story, I ignored it. I believed him because he's the storyteller. And so, like many in this situation, she went to a book signing. And at this book signing, I guess Neil took a little liking to her, brought her backstage, gave her the VIP treatment, started drinking with her. Weird situation right away. And, listening to her story, I mean, don't be a dumb hoe, is my other analysis of this situation. I mean, my gosh, how stupid can you be? Because this guy's a obvious creep, and she just keeps going along with it because she just wants to be close to the Sandman guy, and she wants to keep getting the clout of being around him. It's really, really weird. This fan worship of these people is insane. I could never even imagine thinking or being like this to anyone. But hey, this is it. Now she regrets it years later. So the first thing he did was apparently reenact his marriage ceremony to Amanda Palmer with her as a stand-in. Now remember, this is some fan he just met, and he puts her as a stand-in for his wife. And she said he grabbed him, got really close, kissed her on the cheek. Weird. And this apparently happened in the mid 2010s. So Neil would have been about 50. It sounds like this girl was about 20 or early 20s at the time. Also, very weird. She said he was old enough to be her father. And this is a strange situation. He brought her to an after party and then got her drunk. So of course, this is it. 101. Be the rock star. Be cutesy and funny, and then get her drunk, and then there you go. He took her to the laundry room and told her a story that had never been told before. So he's at least he told her this. I've never told anybody this story before. I hope you'll like it. And so I guess she got lured in by that storytelling stuff, and then he told her, this is the next weird thing, that his wife wanted him to come out of his British shell, and he's pretending to be the shy guy. And so he then asked if he could take a picture kissing her to send to his wife. What the F? Run for the hills, woman. What are you doing? But I guess she was drunk and starstruck. It just shows this idol worship of these people is just gross. And I guess this happened. So later on, I guess they went to a car and it was packed. So she sat on his lap and she said he had an erection there. Yay. And she said he tried to feel up her dress, but he couldn't get into her dress. She said it was gross, but she went with it because she was drinking and it was Neil Gaiman. So then they went to the hotel, and he kissed her, and she said that he put his tongue in her ear. Gross. These people are so weird. So she corresponds with him for months after this, including Skype calls. One of which she describes as Neil Gaiman actually takes off his clothes and gets naked during one of them, claiming it was just changing. Why? Again, I've never been in situations like this where I've been on a call with somebody where they're just changing and they strip their clothes off. Weird. What? This is gross. This is really strange. And then while he's doing this, apparently he says to tell her boyfriend that he's not a threat. The poor boyfriend. Gosh, get away from this girl. They had an online relationship. She said that he kept trying to bring up the kisses and all that, and making it sexual all the time. She said at one point some phone sex happened, and that he was doing extremely perverse stuff she didn't even want to go into detail of. And then it kind of came to a head. He had another book tour. He came out. She went. She didn't feel comfortable with it, but she went anyway. Again, drinking was involved. Brought her back to the tour bus and brought her to the back of the bus and started kissing her. She said then he got on top of her and kept trying to feel under her dress. And he told her, kiss me like you mean it. Kiss me like you'll never see me again. Who talks like this? Like, it's so weird. At some point, she said he realized that she was not going to have sex with him, and he flopped off. And he told her, "I'm a very wealthy man. I'm used to getting what I want. I'm really sad because I think I'm going to have to let you go." And then bailed on her. And then he said for months he'd email and ask if they were just friends. She then said, at some point, he said, "I kissed him first." I said, "No, that's not true. You kissed me first 10 minutes after meeting me." And then he brought his autism diagnosis into the explanation as to why he wasn't able to read my body language. So after she was creeped out, left, and he kind of understood that, and realized it wasn't going to go where he wanted after phone sex, after weird stuff all the way through, he claims he was just autistic, and that's how he didn't. That's weird, playing victim again. So what I'm seeing here, I mean, from this story here, I don't think there's any legal actionable things from what I can tell from her side of the story. I do think he looks like a creep, and I think it does establish that there's a pattern of behavior here that's been happening over and over and over again. The guy goes out, he preys on young fans, preys on employees, things like that, from everything we've seen, and it's just it's sickening. These people who pretend to be feminist allies like Neil, and that's been his whole deal. The reason we're covering this is he's out there going, "Believe all women, listen to women," and while he's doing that, he's going behind the scenes and like wrecking these young girls' lives. Very weird, and it's just he's done all the things: manipulate, deceive. Try to bring these people into a rock star life. At one point, he told this girl he was going to get her a job with the rock star Tori Amos, which he never did. So he makes these people think that they're going to get something out of being around him, and then gets his little rocks off, and he says, "Oh, I'm just autistic." Okay, it's never their fault. So this is a crazy story, and like I said, the media is starting to pay attention to this. I'm seeing now posts about it, finally. It seems like 3 is the magic number that is going to make them pay attention. Now, Amanda Palmer allegedly said that there's 13 other women like this, so I think we're going to see a lot more come out, and we're still at the tip of the iceberg, my friends. But this is the news today. Crazy stuff. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to sign up for the Fandom Pulse Substack so you don't miss anything. Like I said, we're going to try to do a live stream later today. And make sure to also grab the Hidden Emperor graphic novel. We're probably going to get over 21,000 if you back us today. I would appreciate you doing so. This is great storytelling, and you'll enjoy it. And you don't have to get in a tub with me or anything like that in order to read my stories. Oh, gosh. Dark humor. All right. I'm going to shut up before I get myself into trouble. I'll see you soon.